Alright guys, here we are at the official US press introduction for the 2021 Honda CBR1000RR-R Fireblade SP. $28,500 for this motorcycle. This is a limited production machine. They're only going to bring in between 50 and 100 of these RR SP Fireblades into the American market. This motorcycle goes against Ducati's Panigale V4, the Aprilia RSV4 1100. This thing is designed for domination, and it's a return. Well, Honda says it's a return to the glorious World Superbike racing past. And now we're going to give it a ride here at Thunderhill Raceway. Thank you. Thanks, buddy. We're here riding it in OE configuration with Pirelli Diablo Supercorsa SP tires. These are the latest and greatest gen. Pirelli's always updating these tires, making them more awesome, and these things are great rubber. Alright guys, we're just going in this menu system. Oops, this thing is a little bit hard to use. Not as hard to use as the CRF1100 Africa Twin, but still not as slick as other manufacturers' displays and switchgear. Right now we're riding it in max power mode 1. Traction control is on the least setting 1. Wheelie control is in the least setting 1. And engine brake is in the most engine brake. So the most slowing force. I usually don't like a lot of engine braking, but right now I'm out of shape and I need help to slow the bike down. This is my lap timer. This measures my laps so I know what the heck's going on out on track. I love that thing. So here we go, guys. Of course, we talked about all the technical factoids and all of the information on how this motorcycle changed for the 2021 model year. Make sure to surf out over to motorcyclistonline.com, search 2021 CBR1000RR, and you can read that report. There's a lot of good information in there, so I encourage you guys to read that. Sitting on this motorcycle, my gosh, this thing is just way more track orientated compared to the last CBR1000RR. You know, ever since I can remember, since Honda redesigned the CBR1000RR for 2008, total control has always been their motto. These bikes are about total control, i.e. not a lot of weight and easy to run, super agile. Well, Honda has reassessed the performance capabilities of this RR and made it a much more honed track weapon. This thing is designed for railing. It's not designed to be extremely light, easy to ride. Not that it's hard to ride, but this thing is designed for just pure competition and performance. And I'm happy that Honda's finally gotten back into the scene, because they've just gotten whooped for years and years and years by the pesky BMW and other European machines that have just schooled them in terms of outright performance. You get on the throttle on this bike and it's just, you can tell there's something special under the hood. I mean, just listen to that engine. Look how high it was now. Well, the old bike only revved to 13,200 RPM. This thing goes to 14,500. And even though that's not that much, really, it is. It's a huge difference. These days in the Superbike game, you gotta have wide pistons, short stroke. That's the name of the game, big RPMs. And this bike does that. It almost kind of sounds like BMW's S1000RR. You can literally hear the new valve train, the finger follower valve train. You can hear the difference. It just sounds so much more racy and performance orientated. And God, this thing is just, from the second you sit on it, this bike wants to go fast. Oh yeah, baby. The roughs, my favorite part of the track. Yeah. Braking. The CBR1000RR did not have very good brakes. The brakes were terrible, actually, which is crazy because the 2008 and up-gen CBR1000RR had great brakes. But Honda's returned to the braking game, bigger rotors, thicker, and this thing stops now. Thank God. I also like the rumble radial mount master cylinder. This is the first time Honda's used this type of master cylinder on one of its production bikes. And it works great. God, this engine is just so fun to ride and playful. This thing goes. Honda says that this Triple M is the most slippery bike in the Superbike class today. There is no more aerodynamically efficient Superbike than this thing that we're riding today. How does Honda know? Well, they tested them all. They have gigantic wind tunnels, obviously in Japan, and that's where they did the design and the aerodynamic efficiency testing of this bike. Kind of screwed up there, should have upshifted. The winglets, they say, generate downforce, which presses the Pirelli tires into the pavement, gives you more grip. It's hard to feel if that stuff actually works, but if Honda says it, I believe them. The chassis, this is a good chassis. We're riding on Orleans gas charged fork and Orleans shock with semi-active damping. That's right, the computer automatically adjusts damping in real time based on vehicle conditions and rider control input. Honda says this is a second gen system, but to me it's almost like a third gen system, because second gen was the EC 2.0 and this thing is not EC 2.0. It's SCS or something like that. 3 is what they call it. Tomato, tomato. What that means is it makes for a bike that's just so easy to ride and just so glued to the pavement. Woo! That extra little bit of engine braking in level 1 is awesome. It just helps slow the bike down for me right now. Just the amount of feel you can feel from the chassis. It's a very communicative chassis. You know, the old CBR1000RR was certainly agile, certainly easy to ride. And this thing, even though it's more competition spec, it's still really pretty easy to ride. The electronics on this bike, the 2017 RR was the first ride-by-wire Honda sport bike, and they didn't really get it right. The ride-by-wire programming on this bike is night and day better than the 2017 gen. You can't modify the throttle knob. There's just 5 global power settings, but the throttle response in engine power mode 1 is pretty good. It gets a little snappy sometimes, but it's not bad. I tried level 2, and that didn't really cure things. It just made the bike accelerate just a tad less hard. So, for that reason, I like power setting 1. And Honda's been on a tear in the electronics department. They're really figuring things out. You know, we rode the Africa Twin 2020 model, and the electronics in that bike, they kick butt. And Honda's doing the same type of excellent electronic engineering in this Triple R. The rider aids are so unintrusive now. They just complement the handling and the performance of the motorcycle so much more smoothly now. It's crazy. Of course, we can adjust the suspension and select fixed damping control if we want, but in this automatic setting it works so good. I would just run it, just put gas in it and go, gas and tires. And just listen to that engine. This thing sounds super special. 12,001 more than Honda's CBR1000RR, which is continuing to offer the budget hater class superbike. Is this bike $12,000? Is this bike worth the extra $12,000? Well, I think so. I was never a big fan of the 2017, 2019 gens double R. I am a fan of this bike. It's worth noting that these motorcycles, they're not fully uncorked. This is a street legal production bike. So the engine is limited slightly on air to feel how this thing feels fully uncorked. But even in this setting, the thing's plenty fast for me. If I had to guess, this thing would probably be 170 horsepower at the back tire. I bet you anything. 175. You unlock it, and you could probably get, who knows, maybe even 200 ponies out of it. So, absolutely, I would spend the $28,500 on this Triple R. It's faster, handles better, looks sicker. The electronics finally work. Finally, thank God. Brakes actually stop the motorcycle. And this is going to be a good upcoming year for sport bike riders. A lot of awesome options. And the Giant is finally awoken. Honda's come out of its slumber, and it's ready to rip. Alright guys, make sure to surf on over to motorcyclistonline.com to review this book. Thanks for watching. And make sure to thumbs up this video if you like it. If you think it's stupid, let me know on that front too. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. I gotta go. Alright guys, now we're going to do the launch control test on the CBR1000RR-R. CBR1000RR-R launch control test. All these modern superbikes now incorporate launch control. Launch control allows for easier launching instead of having to worry about holding a constant engine speed and releasing the clutch. With launch control, all you have to worry about is clutch release. The electronics automatically hold the RPM at a certain level, which makes it easier to have a more consistent launch. Manufacturers have been offering these launch control on bikes for, I don't know, 8 years now, and we're gonna see how the 2021 Honda CBR1000RR-R Fireblade SP performs. I love launching. That's like one of my favorite parts of racing, is the start. I love that stuff, so it'd be cool to see how this thing is operating. Jason here is going to give us a rundown on how it goes.
Alright, so to get it in the start mode, up on the up arrow and lap button. There you go.
Start mode. Top button, lap button. Great. Not so bad. Kind of aggressive mapping for the launch control, if you ask me. As in, I would expect the engine RPM to stay a little bit lower, but maybe Honda's just made their launch control more advanced for more high-level riders who want that really, really, really good start. Well, guys, it was a fun day riding Honda's 2021 CBR1000RR-R SP Fireblade. This motorcycle is a revelation for Honda. We've always had a nice CBR1000RR Superbike, but nothing that can really compete in the modern Superbike era with the Panigale V4s and the 1100 Aprilias and the S1000RR. This is a bike that can go head to head with these bikes. We don't know which bike is the best because these motorcycles perform at such a high level, but it's neat to see Honda coming out swinging and having a really high performance sport bike that can run with the best of the best. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Make sure to hop on over to motorcyclistonline.com to read the review, and we'll see you next time.